Hey everyone, what's up? We got the boys here. This is Michael. We got
I'm Ethan.
Ethan. And we got
This
Hunter.
is Steven.
That's Hunter. Yeah, we're basically going to do a commentary over Sanctum Limits.
Yeah.
It's been like, when did the first one come out? It was like January 2015,
that
I
was
think.
forever ago.
No, it was
Or 2014.
before that.
It wasn't 2014.
It was 2014.
I think it was.
I think it was
January
2015. Yeah.
Shut up, you're wrong.
Anyway, so today we're doing a.
Oh no, we filmed some of it in like 2013 though.
Yeah. We're doing a commentary on these videos, this series of videos. Ethan, of course, played Lloyd. Hunter played James. Classic. I played Duncan, which will come in later.
Duncan was my favorite.
Duncan and everyone else.
First of all, I'd like to start off with just like talking about the story of how it got started.
I don't remember it.
Basically, for the longest amount of time since like I think 2011, I was wanting to do like some big project. It started off with this project I wanted to do called Supernova. It was basically like an alien that looked like a person came down and saved the world. It was like kind of like Superman when you think about it, but I wasn't going for like a Superman vibe.
Yeah.
That kind of fell through, and I started working on this post-apocalyptic thing. Originally, it was a story about people who lived in like the slums in the future, and they all had everyone had like disabilities, and they had to take pills, and basically these pills would give them like superpowers. You could either like read people's minds, or you'd have like telekinesis. So I was doing a series on that, and then somehow it switched over to this idea of like people being in like this secluded like city area, which ended up being Sanctum City, and then it was outside of the city, which is the city limits, aka the Sanctum Limits, which is how the name came. Yeah, so we started filming like February 2013, I think. No, it had to be 14. Because I had met you in 2013, but in February, I had met you. I hadn't met you in February 2013 yet. Or I probably had met you, but I wasn't like.
Yeah,
we weren't hanging out too much.
Hanging out, yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely February 2014. We started filming with our friend Steven. So, you guys remember?
And Steven's here for the commentary. Say hello, Steven.
Hey.
That's
a yeah. Anyway, so Steven started filming with us. We filmed like the entire episode of the first episode with him playing Tobias.
Tobias, yeah.
And so when it came time to film the second episode, could not get a hold of him. He was just like kind of distancing himself. We won't go into all of that, but I mean, you know, he just kind of like fell off the face of the earth.
Stuff happens, yeah.
Stuff happens, you know.
Life.
And so I was like, dang, I really want to get this out, but if I'm not gonna be able to film every other episode, if it's gonna be like this, then you know,
we
I have to get someone
our
else.
New Tobias.
And so I had this other friend, Ryan, who's not here with us right now. He lives in Louisiana.
He passed away.
And he played Tobias, and yeah, from there we had to reshoot the first episode, different scenes. As you'll see in the first episode, there's the scene with Harvey. That scene was filmed in like February 2014.
Yeah.
Still made the cut.
Still made the cut because there was no scenes with Steven, and every other scene was reshot like summer 2014. And there are a lot of reshoots that went down for this first episode, and I think a little bit of the second episode. There's like just like hair inconsistencies.
It's less streamlined, yeah.
So you'll kind of see that here in the first episode. So we're gonna get this going. Anything you guys want to add from memories of starting Sanctum Limits?
Nah.
Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. So
Let's get this show on the road.
On the road, baby.
here we go. First episode.
I remember I'd always have troubles with not being on my phone. And you'd get mad at me.
Yeah, you were on your phone constantly.
Androids were made to serve and protect humans. Viruses. I forget why I made the. There was like some inspiration from somewhere that I did the one piano hit.
Yeah.
Or I just like that thing.
I still like it.
Yeah.
It's a good intro.
I tried to remain that through the episodes. There's a glitch, out of focus shot, right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Bada
Getting good.
boom.
I was still pretty new to color grading as well, so it's a little funky. These first few episodes.
Yeah, that way.
Also, these like effects that I didn't remain with, the hand glowing effects. Yeah, it became a little tedious, and it just started kind of really look good. For those of you, that hit right there was an actual hit in the head from Hunter to Ryan.
That was a lot of pent up rage.
It was a solid blow.
There you go.
Finally. Let's head back. My battery's low. Alright, let's go.
And that was 80 yard. What did you originally say? Yeah, we should get back before the battery died. Yeah, let's go, you bucket of bolts or something like that.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah.
Hey, my map's broken. I think I'm ready to come.
Oh yeah, I remember whenever we'd shoot with Ryan, we'd always start laughing.
Oh, yeah.
And you and Ethan would just get pissed.
Yeah, so this shot right here, we actually had our neighbors come out and like with a gun. And I don't know if it was a real or if it was like a BB gun or something, but they came out and was like, who's on my common ground? That's just the common ground for the neighborhood. And yeah, basically that was the only problems we ever had. Oh no, we had another problem.
We've
in
had a
episode
few
2.
other problemes, yeah.
But we'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
Nothing quite as major.
If you want bases, you're never gonna find them.
You can't really, yeah, this first episode you really can't. I did not mix his voice really well, so it's a little hard to get the lines down. I added captions on the YouTube.
I noticed
On the
that
thing.
because when I first watched this, I turned them on and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, good thing these are
Yeah.
here.
Dead.
Beep, beep,
Check how
beep, beep.
smooth this. I was so proud of how that looked.
The distress signal on Unit D4. That's Harvey.
That SD card.
I don't know. Go to the
You got the
That
victory,
nice victory
2013.
2014. Nice.
And then I didn't want to do the effect through the entire thing.
shot me.
Where did you go?
That way.
ADR.
I've got a man down.
ADR.
ADR.
Medical droid is required immediately.
Harvey Jordan will be here.
I think it was just the ways you said things was a little like funky. Also, the stock footage. I had to add something to like create like a transition between that and him literally being in the same
Yeah,
spot.
that would have been like, oh, he's right here.
This countdown is really weird.
Yeah, countdown to shooting them.
Lots of lightsaber sounds. Ooh.
Take that.
Didn't you extendo your leg?
No, I did later on. I don't think I did for that shot.
Um,
Your hair's longer
Attacked by an android.
here.
And I was looking
Yeah, I got a haircut between like the first scene and
So I tried
the
to
base.
I tried to crop his hair out as much as possible.
We have to find him fast.
that thing was huge.
He had his bangs in his eyes.
Like Lloyd, but his accident was more severe.
And there you go.
What are we gonna do? Do a quick scan of the area.
you got Ryan's hair too.
Oh man.
If you get any distress signals, go there immediately.
Well, if I didn't stop him the first time.
Ryan's is a little less drastic.
Yeah.
Just have to keep trying.
And we'll watch for reports.
And then wasn't your hair? I don't think it changed. Or no, it changed in the first scene.
Mine did?
Oh yeah. it
Yeah,
was
because in the
long.
first scene it was a
long in the
little
first
bit
scene.
longer,
And then it was completely
and
shaved.
then right after that, it was short.
There you go. First episode. There's the theme I created for it.
Still sounds good.
Still
dig
it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Any comments? Anything you wanna? What do you guys think?
I think that's when our acting was at its peak. It's all kind of downhill from there.
I think that wasn't. I feel like that was the most difficult episode to shoot.
It was because of all the reshoots we had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly spent the most time on that.
Yeah.
Especially compared to like the last few episodes.
Yeah.
Those were
Because we were
knocked
just
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were just knocking those ones out filming wise,
Yeah.
and that one was just like reshoot. after reshoot. I think we still had a fair share of reshoots. We had to completely reshoot episode 3.
Yeah.
So we'll
I
get into
remember
that here in a little bit. But,
Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah. Here's episode 2. What happens in this episode? You get shot.
Oh, we had to reshoot episode 3 because of the criminal's last duel with the law,
Yep.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Episode 2. Here we go.
Times.
It's loading, so give it a second, please. There's a Leonidas's kind of like motif thing. It was me taking a pick on my guitar and like turning it sideways and just rubbing it against the string. That's how you create it.
It's pretty good.
I definitely think the soundtrack gets a lot. I just kind of like learned how to do like a soundtrack and mixing
Towards the end, it's a
different.
lot.
Towards the
like,
end, it gets a lot
noticeably, yeah, a lot better.
cleaner. This one was just me taking the Logic Jam Pack, the symphony things, and just like kind of hitting notes. Not really doing much with it though, besides that. But
Right.
yeah, the last episode is really. I mean, it took me a while to get down.
And you're still shouting and killing? It's from C3.
Wait, that's already it. Nobody should
Notice the Sonic cup in the background.
Go back to cleaning cover cars in the city.
Alright, but exercise extreme caution and make sure you look out for him.
What is he looking in the sky anyway?
Also, his hair is parted differently than it was in the last episode. I just noticed.
Was it on
this.
the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one day he
That's
just
wild.
snapped.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just decided to.
Hot and
change the
spicy
bar.
chicken. Hot and spicy McChicken.
It's like- yeah, if you didn't know, those are just a bunch of boxes I stacked up because I didn't have the other way to make a wall.
R.I.P. Spicy McChicken, though.
All right, so in this scene, we got busted by one of Ethan's neighbors because he thought we were like.
I think that was actually on a future episode.
I thought it was this one because
Was
I
it?
thought it was like facing this way.
Was it?
Yeah, I think he basically thought.
Yeah,
Our masks.
one of our neighbors, well, one of my neighbors came down and he was like, "Man, I saw those masks. I thought those were the white of like deer tails. I was about to shoot you or something." And he was like, "What are you guys doing?" And asked us all these questions, and like we just ended up playing it off as like a school project.
Yeah.
But like, what was he gonna do?
That's what you
anyway?
always gotta do.
Yeah, I don't.
There's the introduction. I guess Cobalt was already introduced. So, in hindsight, for this, I should have had you grab your arm so it's
Yeah.
just like covered up.
You alright?
But I was like, no, I could do a cool effect, and it ended up looking really, like, I just kind of settled for it. But
Would have been hard to do anything.
Yeah.
Just more.
I'm sorry, Sam. I failed. Cobalt, your current model has failed too many times.
Uh-oh.
oh no,
Upgrade you.
This scene's still pretty good though.
there you go, stabbed in the stomach, chest. Ryan did a good job of falling down on that one.
Yeah, he did.
See, the good thing about having masks is you can just like have anyone throw on one, and just be like a character. Like I'm pretty sure Hunter was Leonidas in this scene.
Yeah.
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 Even though I
Yeah.
played, I guess I played Leonidas too. I forgot
Yeah.
to mention that.
And Cobalt, I think.
Don't do anything stupid.
I did his voice.
Yeah.
I did like all the android voices.
Looking back on this, I'm thinking like, yeah.
You got that Lego thing in the background.
This is your room. This is James' room. This is the set design. Also, it worked out perfectly that your hair got cut when we filmed this scene
Yeah.
because it's like a past thing. Boom. That looked a little funky,
I
but
looked away for 1 second.
funky butt.
She was gone.
Here we go.
My improvisational acting moments.
Every android guy. I know how you
It's still got the Sonic cup in there.
feel, but we got
Ads.
Men, word has it that the man that started this
Oh yeah, I also played the Chief.
is true.
Yes, we
That was another.
The old chief. How
I
could
played like anything that needed voiceover.
Did not take another war.
Even like during like the fight scenes with the Foley, I I would. That would be me.
Yeah.
If someone else was getting punched, that'd just be me going. Ugh!
Ooh.
It's too close to the city, but there's no way they could have gotten past the other units unless they came from the inside. We're gonna check it out.
Oh man.
Might just be a glitch.
Oh no. What is it?
Ryan has both the ending lines. We get. Listen to this.
You know his name. It was just never released.
He's my brother.
To be continued.
Eat my butt up.
Oof. Any fond memories from this episode at all?
I don't think I have any on that one.
It's hard to remember with these earlier ones.
Yeah, I don't remember much. I just remember that it was a lot of fun back then. Like,
Yeah.
that was the funnest thing to do ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. So,
Episode 3 is where I start remembering things and
Yeah.
things start picking up for me. Yeah.
yeah. All right, here we go. Episode 3. All right, this first shot, we have our friend Kanan Gammon taking a good old run. You know, when you just gotta get some friends to come in and just die right off the bat. I mean, really, honestly.
Only
Can't
the
it-
best of friends, though.
So you're the scum that's been
Also, I changed Leonidas's eyeballs to be black in this episode.
Right.
As I don't know why I did it. I think it was just easier to make his eyes black as opposed to the
Got my
androids.
nice black
See, look
shoes
at
on
that.
white side.
I think
Yeah,
that
it
looks
does
a lot
look
better.
a lot better.
bring them to me.
This was my garage. If you were wondering, if anyone out there was wondering that's watching this, this is also the same room, just different part. Wow, this is loud.
Anything else? He said something about a second act. Well, what does that mean?
Ryan's hair is back on the other side. Same room. Look at that.
No Sonic Cup.
No Sonic Cup. And then this was
We
this-
had to do that
little,
so many
Yeah.
times. Oh my goodness.
That little prop was a like in the clearance aisle at Walmart that I found. It was like a laser tag thing.
Teleported.
I repurposed
The
it.
energy from the
work.
teleportation device must have still been on him.
Also, there was a shot that I filmed of Ryan shooting the android that shot you.
Oh,
It just didn't make the cut because it looked too weird.
right.
But I just assumed the android teleported away or something. Here's the introduction of Duncan. He's in here. He gives up. Whatever.
Walking away.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey! I thought you were one of them. State your name.
Duncan, Taylor, I work here in Unit F9.
Take me to your base.
Yeah, no problem. I'll take you out to
Good old accents. I don't know why I decided to do an accent.
Because you're the quirky British guy.
Yeah, quirky British guy,
You're
yeah.
the only one here?
yeah, there's not much danger.
If you're a British though and you're watching this, it's probably
Terribly offensive, yeah.
James? I'm in Unit F9 and I found a base here. I'm getting repairs. I'll meet up with you as soon as possible.
Alright, we're heading your way.
Unit F9.
F9. This is the last unit.
Yeah, you know him?
And guys, if you didn't know, this is the same room. This is literally everything else.
This is like where half of the show happens, is in this room.
Until it blows up, and then it's all Duncan's room.
Yeah.
Not yet, sir. If you fail, do not follow through with the plan. Yes, sir. I'm currently tracking for distress signals.
Oh, here comes the
The
fire
big
scene.
emotional
fire
scene.
scene.
I don't know.
Um,
For anything good.
Took a little while to get this one down.
Yeah, it did.
Just Ryan remembering his lines.
We were like running low on lighter fluid, and it was.
We were throwing in boxes
Yeah.
to keep. There, the light goes out a little bit.
I
Yeah,
remember that day.
there's some lighter fluid.
Yeah,
Sparks
lighter
it back
fluid,
up.
Throwing some boxes in
Didn't Ryan even like have his script there?
We were
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would still forget what he was saying.
It took him a few tries, but I mean, good on Ryan for like coming through with the scene.
Yeah, Ryan, if you're listening, good job, buddy. Proud of you.
Proud of you. Look at how much that lit up. I was in charge of the lighter fluid. I just like, what was I thinking? I don't know.
I think he threw it in a pizza box or something.
That's
at that
probably what
point.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, like pizza box incoming 3, 2, 1.
So much.
And then it goes back down.
And the reason I stay up at night is just the thought of them
He's getting teared. You can see it.
Tear boy.
being dead. Just keeps me awake at night.
Oh,
You know, I
man.
heard there's a lot of people living outside the borders. Your family's probably out there.
I plan on searching for them after the war is over.
I think this was such an awkward. I think if Hunter's head was like up a little bit,
He should have like
Yeah.
had something underneath him, or like maybe
I heard most of them got
laid him
bombed.
towards the fire.
Man, I'd kill to not be breathing in the city's smoggy air right now.
That was the line.
Well, I know that. That's good, except I can't see.
That's a Star Wars reference right there, guys. When C-3PO gets blown up, he's like, "That's good," or he's like, "I can't see," or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of references in this
Thanks again.
to like Star Wars mainly. Oh my gosh.
boy.
To tell the officials.
Of course.
Well, I've modified my teleporter to take me anywhere with computers. Of course, there's nothing like the city's teleporters. There's none
That is
to
a grinder with a bunch of wires around it.
You're sure it works?
Well, all the test runs have went well.
All right then.
Hunter's underwear, plum out.
Full blown. Got my nice yellow bracelet.
Looks like we're in Unit D9.
Perfect. I'll be there in a bit.
Divine. Oh.
That's what's that called?
What?
Smolder here.
Ooh. Sound design's a little quiet on this, but you get what's going on.
Dang it.
James. Where's the
Yeah, I've got a 21 Pilots shirt on under that.
Wow.
Fun fact for
Now
you.
we gotta find Leonidas.
Back in the day.
I think that was a good ending.
That was a
As
good
opposed
one, yeah.
to Ryan's
I like how they all
my
ended
brother.
on one
smile.
line.
That was the point. That was why.
Yeah.
How did the episode 5 didn't end with a one-liner?
Well, episode 5.
Yeah, but it's the last.
It was like, see
Yeah.
ya.
it was supposed to end with the beach, but
It was
we
supposed to-
lost it.
Yeah, we'll get into that in the.
Yeah.
Episode 3. Any memories?
Episode 3.
We had to refilm the entirety of episode 3 because of my Cowboys. What is it called? Thieves,
Criminals Last Duel with the
Last Duel with the Law.
Yeah.
That video we filmed out in Ryan's yard,
Mm-hmm.
and we had my camera bag out there, and I guess
It started raining.
Started raining, and I guess one of my SD cards I
Fell
left
out.
out there, or they fell out. And then the next day or so, Ryan's dad mowed the lawn, and so that SD card is definitely gone. So that had the entirety of episode 3 on it that I had not put on my computer yet.
Which is wild.
And-
So much.
So episode 3 was completely reshot. Also, there was a scene in episode 3 that was left out. The what was it? The scene where it was the very beginning scene. It was a completely different scene. It was supposed to have like James had like a lightsaber thing, and him and Leonidas were supposed to be fighting. Yeah.
I remember.
I still have that footage. But I
That's pretty
reshot
cool.
it because I don't know, I just didn't want James to have a thing. I wanted it to be like an exclusive like Leonidas thing
Yeah.
to where
Yeah.
it's
Which was probably a good
so it's just
idea,
not
yeah.
like Star Wars completely.
Yeah, pretty much just yeah.
But it's his flame sword. It was the lore I put behind it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then what
I-
else? Anything else?
I just
happen?
remember that episode 3 was like where it started feeling like it was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think there's a big leap of improvement from
Mhm.
episode 2 to episode 3.
Yeah.
Um,
And then 4 to 5, or maybe 3 to 4. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it probably.
Honestly, I feel like 4 is one of my. I don't know. Four. I mean, it's definitely got some flaws, but
It's the peak.
it's the one I feel for the
Too
most.
bad
Right.
1 has the most views.
I know.
One's got over 1,000.
Episode 5 has 145 views, and I put like hours of work into this, and that's just really funny to me.
Then episode 1's
Episode one's got like
over
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you posted that on Owen Rogers' page.
That's what
Maybe,
it was,
I don't know.
baby.
Maybe I didn't promote these enough. Yeah, anything else on episode 3?
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get right in it.
Well, here we go, episode 4.
Pre-episode 4 though, don't be too attached to Lloyd. Spoiler alert.
So this is all in my garage.
The other garage.
The other garage. We had to push all of everything off to the left of this screen here. Let me turn this up a bit. Yeah, so
What do you want?
I'd like to talk.
I know you didn't go through all this trouble just to talk.
notice the black eye makeup. I'm very proud of that still.
Yeah, it looks good.
I had to look up a lot of pictures of black eyes.
Family.
And
Our family? You may have
Yeah.
killed them in that last war you started. You lost the right to call them family.
ooh.
Also, this is where like characters start to be like actual characters.
I kind of realized that like they don't really. I mainly focused on Leonidas, like
Yeah.
making him have like a motivation, which was he does like the city's people in charge are corrupt or whatever, and he's just trying to save them. That's not really a honest thing, but that
Yeah, these last 2 episodes hold your attention a little bit, at least for me. They
Yeah.
hold my attention a lot better than the first 3.
yeah.
Consequences. My plan is to go in, take the officials out, and bring the better lives to Sanctum City.
Oh, so you can rule everyone that's left over?
This is humanity's last chance of survival.
Since when do you care about humans? You killed so many of them just to find me.
They stood in the way of our plan. They had to be dealt with.
I think
Better in control than the officials.
I think it was this episode or the 5th episode was supposed to begin with a scene of Leonidas pre like cyborg accident.
Really?
thing. And it was supposed to show how he became that way.
Best man I've ever seen.
But I never like felt good with any of the ones that I had written.
I
How
don't
does
think
episode 5? Oh, yeah, no, I just never did it.
We're gonna have to start a new series called Sanctum City.
Sanctum City.
About the beginnings.
Find anything? From what I can gather, Leonidas is
But-
You made me wear a beanie because you said my hair looked weird.
It was like an undercut thing.
Any leads on Tobias? Nothing yet. I'm scanning for
It's
activity.
the same haircut everyone else had, but I had to wear a beanie.
Did you find anything useful? Nothing the other.
It was just really long on top, I think.
Check.
Red alert.
Red
James,
alert.
Get in here. I'm picking up a lot of activity coming from outside.
I'm not gonna stand up though. I'll let you go get it. I'm recharging.
This sound effect was from Half-Life, the explosion and the bomb noise. Half-Life, the video game. This shot was inspired, I think, from Star Wars. Like, there was a lot of shots with, like, just, like, one takes in it. I was like, dude, I gotta do one of those. Or, like, you know, unbroken, like, kind of following different characters moving around.
Yeah, these action shots got a lot easier to read.
Yeah.
Like, especially this, like, if you had attempted this, you know, first episode, it would have been
Yeah.
really messy, but here it looks, it all makes sense.
Geographically. I really wish, I don't know why I thought this was okay with the flame sword sound. Like, you can barely even hear it.
Right.
Some of the ADR in this one, or not ADR, but the sound effects on this one are a little too quiet. There you go. Killed him. This is Lloyd's moment to shine. First time he's done anything cool so far.
Had to give him something before
The
it's all
accident.
over.
I like that glasses were turned blue.
The glasses.
Hey, do you guys have a bathroom?
Classic Ryan, just up to no good.
Got a bucket. This was Tobias. This is the first time Tobias did. Really.
Yeah, it was
just
first
sits
time.
around.
Yeah, all he had done before this was.
And then Leonidas comes back in. Like, what the heck?
Uh-oh.
Tobias, what are you doing?
Ending this.
I know you.
Look at that firm grip.
He's not going anywhere.
Your friends are still alive. So what is the trust in the little difference? How well was your friends stand against each other?
What are you talking about?
One of your friends is a cyborg. correct.
How do you know that?
What I'm saying is, I've made one virus. I can make another.
Ooh.
You look scared.
Here's a little bonding moment between the
That's
boys.
3 very weak signals, and judging on their location, they should be bases.
Which one's closer?
The one in Unit D6 is just a couple miles away.
We'll have to check
Oh,
it out in the
man.
morning. I really don't know how we're gonna find Tobias.
We'll find him. Or he'll find us. If I know anything about Tobias, he's not one to give up.
Amen.
Amen, brother. And then I'm tired.
I'm sleepy.
I'm sleepy.
I sleep.
I sleep.
I kind of wish I would have gone into this idea a little bit more of Lloyd getting.
Getting hacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is maybe just there to add a little bit more tension
What just happened?
because
Someone tried planning a
Leonidas
virus
can
into
get
my
in
system.
control of him.
My antivirus.
That was the intent, I think.
I think it was Leonidas.
But I wish I would have toyed around with it a
I'm
little
gonna
bit more.
try
I
to
think
trace back.
There could have been some potential there, yeah.
interesting things.
No, you should
Yeah.
get some rest. I'm gonna be here for a while.
Going back to the data. Boop.
The virus test was successful, and I can confirm that both your friends will die on Denmark tonight.
I'm not helping you.
I'm being nice here. I could have killed them. It would have meant nothing to me considering one of them shot me in the face.
Bringing it back to episode 1 right there.
Think about it this way. You help me, you'll be saving thousands of lives that we cannot afford to lose if the human race has become extinct. If you don't help me, 2 lives that are not yours to decide in the end will end abruptly. Not only your friends' lives, but the lives of everyone that tries to fight against me in the war that I will bring to the city. All I need you to do is tell me 7 EP. There'll be no fight, and everyone in the city will be You know it's the right thing to do.
That's a commentary, but we're just like watching
It's a little-
these
little-
interactions
those
in
scenes,
particular.
It's
Yeah.
hard to count on.
This one tells you. This one catches your attention a little more.
Yeah.
There's the
that was a little-
hole.
There's just
Yeah.
a signal coming from
Just
a
get in
few
the hole.
units
I
away.
like
a
that
ditch.
shot.
Somebody whoever was stationed here.
Just get in the hole and take a shot.
that was our friend. He had like a weird like creek thing in his
Yeah.
backyard, and the ground just kind of drops off. So hey,
Looks like it was dug out.
sunken in, explode,
It was
Exploded.
kaboom.
I've sent Cobalt to take care of them.
Excuse me, we had a deal.
Their deaths aren't necessarily completely denied.
turns his back on him.
Can't do this.
What do you have?
Oh, shoot.
Hey, big boy. This is the scene. Here we go.
This is it. Oh, no.
Dead.
You hit his real boy part. Pro boy parts.
Not the robot.
It's got some emotion to it.
Dude, yeah, I remember watching this and I was just super impressed. I was like, dude, this scene is great.
Dude,
And
just
it's still really good.
You just gotta jack up the shutter speed, man.
Yeah.
You get that action intense.
Sad. Mad.
There you
Yeah,
go.
this was probably like the peak of Sanctum Limits,
Peak.
probably, yeah.
I had a live stream. What?
Included.
Yeah. So episode 4. Any memories with that one? Let's see. I remember just like gutting out my living room to film the scenes inside the abandoned house.
I remember a lot of moving, yeah.
Yeah, gutting out the garage, moving everything away to film Ryan's scenes. That was pretty much the entirety of the episode around those 2 locations.
I remember shooting late at night in the garage and me just kind of like wanting to sleep.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of that in this.
Yeah.
And then you got the scene at the dinner table as well. Those I remember just being
It was
sleepy.
really tired, yeah, I remember that one. Having just watched 3 and 4, I think the acting did get a little bit better between 3 and 4. I think there was, like, had we tried to play that out from episode 1 from where we were, that would have been rough.
And I think I was learning a lot about like writing as
Yeah.
well at this point, and like kind of focusing more on that, and was trying to repair like the lack of like depth that was in the first 2 or 3 episodes.
It improved a lot, the writing. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the whole thing was kind of like that. Let's see.
And then it culminates.
Lloyd's dead. Anything else happens? Anything funky?
I think
You remember?
In episode 5?
Episode 4. Any like memories from episode 4? I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was. I think it was a pretty straightforward episode.
Yeah.
Like episode 3 had the whole reshoot thing.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 4 it was like
4 was pretty
all at
streamlined.
my house basically.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times during the episode 3, episode 2 when we would. Then we just like spend the night at your house and then wake up in the morning and go film.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
film.
It was a lot of good times.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good pizza eating, GameCube playing time.
Lots of GameCube play.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. So Sanctum Limits episode 4. There it was.
Was one of the Sanctum Limits shoots the same night that we watched the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead?
It might have been.
I think that was during one of.
No,
No,
I remember it had
Brody
to have
was
been.
there.
Well, it had to have
yeah,
been.
it was.
When we were
Because-
shooting?
Part of episode 3, the soundtrack was kind of inspired by like some of the vibes I got from Walking Dead, like that guitar at the end.
Right.
That was like, I think I remember that being in an episode or something like that. And I was like, hey, I want to add some like
Sounds good.
grimy guitar to it.
Yeah.
So it had to have been.
Yeah, we watched all of episode 2. My goodness.
No, all of season 2.
Or, sorry, not
Season 2.
episode, season 2.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of stuff that I would
episode
like,
2.
a lot of stuff that I was like watching that was new.
Can I
that-
just say this now? I missed the old Walking Dead, the new Walking Dead.
Get
sucks.
out of here.
But like watching like The Walking Dead and like even like the new Star Wars
Yeah.
that came out in between this. What else did I? There was a lot of stuff that I was just like I would watch and then
Inspiration.
right into the episode or like just like different ways to do shots and stuff.
Did 12 Cloverfield Lane come out before or after episode 5?
10 Clover
10? I thought it was 12.
I think it was.
Well, I
before.
don't.
I can't remember.
I don't think
numbers.
anything from that necessarily inspired.
Was it 10?
10 Cloverfield Lane, yeah.
10 Cloverfield?
I don't think
Wow.
anything from that necessarily inspired episode 5.
Right. Guess I would have been after, yeah.
Yeah. Episode 5. This one was a doozy. A lot of different scenes.
I remember you said that this was like the most work you had ever done on like
Yeah.
anything ever.
Originally, the entire ending of this series was going to be different. Like, it was going to end up being in the city, which I was going to entirely green
CG,
screen.
yeah.
Which would have been awful because I have no idea how to do CG, like
Yeah.
3D animation.
You probably, like, there wouldn't have been a way to do it anyway.
There,
so, like,
yeah, I had gotten a program to
Yeah.
do it, but I never learned how to do it.
I remember the video test you did.
Yeah, that was just a picture.
Yeah.
I was gonna do it like 3D.
Yeah.
Like there was
yeah.
this video Copilot thing I got for After Effects to put like city like landscapes in it, and I never learned how to use that. But that was the original ending. Originally, I think Tobias was gonna join Leonidas at some point,
Right.
which also would not have made any sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
But that's when I got kind of the idea for Cobalt. This was kind of still kind of early on when I was still writing it.
Right.
So that's when I got the idea for Cobalt. I was like, oh, he needs a little sidekick, man. And so I introduced him as like kind of a replacement.
Which was good. If it had just been
Yeah.
Leonidas, it would have been like, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was some sort of line that was supposed to come in play that Cobalt had killed James' mom,
Oh.
but that didn't really come in. I think it was like the episode 5, the vengeance from James was kind of on the when he kills Cobalt,
Right.
you know.
Mm-hmm. But you ended up switching it to Lloyd.
Yeah,
Which,
Lloyd.
definitely a good call.
Yeah. Kind of makes more sense. And
Yeah.
you're not really thinking about James' mom too much
Nah.
throughout the series, just
Yeah,
for that
except
one scene.
Just that
Yeah.
one scene.
when I tried to
When you're like, who's that?
get everybody
Who's she?
get everybody attached to James by telling him about his mom. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was still trying to figure out like character development and how to get you
Like, you
attached
get
to a
hooked.
character, but
To kill him off.
it's like you can't just tell someone a sad story and then that's their character.
Oh, I love this character.
Anyway, without further ado,
The finale.
here we go. Episode 5, 10 minutes, 51 seconds, released like almost a year after the first episode. Or maybe more. I think it was a year.
More. I think, did you release it last
It was
year?
2016 when episode 5 came out.
Oh.
So I think it was more. Or just 1 year. Which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
That
that's,
it was all released within 1 year.
it feels like it's way more.
Well, see, the thing is, episode 1 and episode 2 were, I don't remember if it was episode 3 as well, were all filmed
In
like
2015.
2015.
Right.
Or no, episode 2 and episode 1 were both filmed 2014.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I think episode 3 was filmed 2015. And episode 4 was as well. Episode 4 was filmed when it was getting colder.
I think episode 4 was like 15 almost.
Or no,
16.
episode
Like early
4
16.
was like early 16. Episode 3 was late
Late 15.
15. Episode 5 was like
Late 14.
spring
Early 15
spring
ish.
2015, and then it didn't come out for another year, or maybe it was summer or something. I'd have to check the dates on it.
Yeah.
But you guys can look for yourself. Basically, within the span of like 2 years, this whole thing was made, which is like the biggest thing I've done thus far. So here we go, episode 5, the finale episode. Join us again when we do our spin-off series about Lloyd and his past.
Sanctum Limits.
I started off doing storyboards of these, but like I kind of realized that storyboards don't really make sense if it's literally just like 3 people on set.
Don't do you a lot of good.
Yeah, you also don't know what those spaces gonna look like too much.
I saw your stress signal when I headed right over.
You weren't bombed?
No.
But if you're doing like a big production, storyboards are the way to go.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I got base intact a couple units over.
That's perfect. Can you take me there?
This was Duncan and Lloyd, or James' first meeting.
What was your name again?
Duncan's real good at making friends.
Yep.
You were just canceled.
Yep.
Actually, Lloyd died.
Oof.
Sorry.
Heavy.
How's Tobias? He was taken. Well, what do they want with him? I'm not sure yet, but I don't think we have much time to waste.
Wait, so at this point, James doesn't know Leonidas is his brother,
Yeah. It's
or did he might have? I think he.
Well,
I don't think he ever.
He
found
wasn't
out.
told on camera, but I think he was told later on.
Yeah.
I mean, no, yeah, he definitely was, because on episode 3 they were having the conversation at the bonfire.
Oh yeah.
So he was like,
yeah.
so
That's
Leonidas is your
okay.
brother?
Yeah.
They've got a shield around it so
That's
only
right.
the android teleporters can get in.
So what do we do?
If I was able to get an android teleporter, I would be able to get in, no problem.
So I just get you an android?
So yeah, there's a lot of like just different like tangents that happen in this episode. It's like this happens, you have to do this because this happens, and I think that's something else that I learned about writing is like you can't just do like and this happens and this happens and this happens. It kind of has to be like a this happens and then because of that this
Because
happens.
yeah, sure.
So he gets a teleporter, and because of that, they go to get him. I don't know. But like, notice that like a majority of these shots are not out of focus, like in the first few
Yeah.
episodes. This one's a little iffy. Case.
Was this case?
This was Case, yeah.
Right.
This one's good. There's a few shots of Leonidas, I think, that it just, but it's kind of hard because it's so
Dude,
dark.
his face looks like, oh my goodness, that's good makeup.
He's got some oatmeal there.
How do I know this is important?
Twice.
For the scar effect, did I ever show you that? The stuff I put on my face
No.
to get the scar? It's called like liquid collodion or something like that.
Ooh.
And you take it and you put it on your skin, and it's like this super chemical-y stuff.
Ooh.
But it like sinks in your skin.
What?
And it makes it look like there's like a indent
Like
or
a
something,
crack,
like an actual
yeah.
scar.
Sure. That's pretty wild.
Never understood why'd you do it.
Our family deserves so much more than we had. Our accomplishments.
This soundtrack right here, this song, was inspired by the Gone Girl soundtrack.
Right.
There's one song in particular, I think it's like the first or second song.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Okay.
Humans did that themselves with their almonds and wolves. I just came in at a time when the humans needed that extra push to break. And then, when the wolves were all over, and our family was in talk, we wouldn't be there instead.
What
A
happened?
Still
lot.
didn't. What?
What?
Go ahead.
A lot happens in this episode. I'm just thinking that the pacing picks up. Like in the first 3, especially, there's not like as much happening. But then in episode 5, a lot happens.
Yeah.
Alright, so the base should be somewhere underneath us. You want to take these.
'Cause you gotta
these will
wrap
tell
it all
exactly
up.
where
Yep.
Tobias is.
I'm not saying like.
Come on, Ethan, you don't understand.
I'm not saying it's like bad. I just mean a lot happened, and it's like keeps it interesting
Yeah.
compared to the first 3, where it was just kind of
Yeah.
Kind of. Whoa, who this boy?
yeah.
This is our first instance of blood. Actually, no, it wasn't. I think episode 4 is the first instance of blood happening.
There's some blood on me.
Yep.
I remember filming that. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I remember I wanted to use the blood caplets that you put in your mouth and
And then
bite.
pop it, yeah. James.
This song was inspired by one of the songs in Inception. I think it's Mombasa.
That's a good shot.
That was Jackson. He filmed that.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
I just told him to like move forward and I stabilized it.
Dude, he killed it.
It's not a prisoner. He's escaped. It's impossible. He was rescued, sir. We must continue with the plan. Prepare the EMP device.
I think that's all. Wait, where's Lloyd? You didn't leave it. We need to think of a plan. Well, what's Leonidas? He's sitting in.
I had to make you take off the glasses because they look so goofy.
Turn it right back on, and we'd have so many androids on their tails. Or we could redirect the EMP and send it to the city limits. And that would turn off the androids as well. And if they turn back on, it would reboot the system and we'd get rid of the android problem. James and I will go in, I'll redirect the EMP. James, make sure you watch my back. Once it's on, we won't be able to teleport out, so I'll have to give it a minute or 2 to do its job, and then I'll turn it back off, and then we'll get out.
There's a lot of information here, so it's a little hard to talk
Yeah.
over it.
We'll have his android on me.
There's just
So much
Yeah.
happening.
basically I don't know if is it clear to you guys what's happening like in this
Not
like
Alright, I got the computer.
Leonidas is trying to basically shut off the power in
Well,
the city,
it was
Sanctum Limits.
clear, but then you
this
interrupted and I
Sanctum
didn't
City.
hear the rest.
The rest of it's just action shots, so
Right.
we have some room to talk over it. Basically, Leonidas wants to shut off the Sanctum City power and take it over with his androids because all of their weapons run on electricity
Right.
and stuff like that. But they're trying to shut off the EMP, and so then Leonidas comes in, starts busting some skulls.
busting, some cracking.
This location was also that little like ditch area,
Yeah.
which I think is a pretty good location to shoot
Yeah.
this.
It looked different from everything
Yeah,
else, so
definitely,
it was nice.
definitely better than just like another like forest landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it some interest.
Got a little creek there. Busting.
Oh, swinging hard.
I
Yeah.
remember I missed a lot of this filming. I don't
Yeah.
know where I was or what I was doing. But
I mean, I
at
think
Wendy's.
you were dead.
I was
You're-
probably
Lloyd is dead anyway.
Well,
so,
Lloyd is dead, yeah. So
I
probably
mean, a lot of it's
working.
behind the scenes. You don't remember.
Yeah.
This was, I think it's just me, Hunter, and Ryan on this filming this.
That's why the camera looks so
There
good.
was originally a shot of Duncan getting attacked, so there'd be like 3 things happening at
Yeah.
once. But I don't think we ever filmed that. Did we? We did
think we
actually.
did
You
film
were
it,
there. We
yeah.
filmed it. We did film it. It just didn't turn out super great.
I can't
Yeah.
say that I remember what was
I
going
do
on.
remember filming that.
Right.
We went out to the woods over near my house.
Achieve my goal at whatever cost.
I think of a picture of you holding up an umbrella or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. That never made the cut. That's wild.
Yeah,
I
but
remember that.
yeah, that was originally happening.
Right.
This action scene was largely inspired by The Dark Knight Rises, where he's fighting Bane in the prison.
Yeah.
I watched that scene a couple times and like choreographed this scene afterward.
And it shows. It looks good.
There you go.
Ooh, look at that leg.
I learned how to do some spark effects, so I think that adds a lot more than just adding fire to it.
Yeah.
It like jiggles too, so instead of like a flame
Instead
effect.
of flame, yeah.
It's
then-
got a good noise going.
Yeah, I had a flamethrower sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was. There he is. He's dead.
Your team did some.
That reminds me of like what's that guy's name?
And Leonidas is in a
The
awaiting
Lonely Island guy.
This is Ethan, in case you guys
Yeah, I
didn't know.
remember that.
Set up a little desk in my basement.
what you have done.
Made it look like an office, kind of. If we seriously, I wish we would have had like some sort of like thing to get like
The
like a fog
smoke,
machine kind
yeah.
of thing to get some like light beams. That would have been really cool.
Hey!
There it is.
Actually, I'm about to leave again.
Some of the color on these shots I really like. Not
Yeah.
not this shot right here, but the ones before, like this right here.
I'll let you around the city for a while.
Well, my team's leaving soon.
The lighting changed.
Yeah, the sun came out over this building, and we had Case put it like a cardboard like box over them for those shots, just so it tried to stay the same. But
That scene was actually emotional because Ryan was actually moving.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you got my saggy pants.
And then so yeah, after that was supposed to that shot was supposed to go into a shot of James stumbling upon a beach, bring it back to the third episode, where he's like, I just want to go to the beach or something like that, and he makes it.
So for the folks out there who are wondering, he did make it to the
He did
beach.
make it.
We
It's
didn't
not
show it, but he made it.
Maybe I'll just
Yeah,
add
just
that.
like-
I'll just add that scene to the end of
Just
this
like-
commentary.
It's like Boba Fett crawled out of the Sarlacc pit. You just didn't see it.
Yeah, he just didn't see it. And I was so impressed with this drone shot when I saw it. I was like, dude.
I don't know if you noticed, but there's two different drone shots right there. It crossfades.
I didn't even notice. I'm looking at it right now and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Why'd you sell your drone? It's so cool.
I needed money to Eau Claire. But yeah, there you go. That's the entire series.
Pretty wild.
Sanctum Limits. It's been 2 years since that episode came out.
It's crazy to think
Wait, no,
about
this
that.
came out 2017. This episode.
Did it really?
Early 2017.
Last year?
So yeah, it's been out for a year.
No way.
Yeah.
Feels like so long ago.
For real.
Goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Crazy.
What a good series.
Man, what a series.
What a series of events.
So yeah, that's Sanctum Limits for y'all. Anything to add here?
I don't know.
Any behind the scenes tips and tricks? Do you remember?
Behind the scenes tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks. Make sure you get a little coffee in you before you start filming.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Because if you don't, you're gonna be real pissy and you're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to film this scene. Or also, if you're an angsty little boy like I was, you'll be like, I just want to be on my phone.
Yeah, so be
I
sure
wanna
you take
film
away
this.
the angsty boys phone.
Yeah, don't put.
Take away the angsty boy's phone. Get him a cup of coffee.
I remember those are some problem. Like you were kind of like angry that we had to refilm episode 3.
Oh yeah, I was upset because we did that like one action scene in the woods that I think got cut.
Yeah.
And I hated filming that because I was laying on a bunch of rocks. Like, oh, I don't want to do this again.
Didn't we refilm it?
We
and
refilmed
I just didn't
it
use
and
it.
you didn't use it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I still have that on my hard drive. I have some like cut out scenes from this. I don't remember. There wasn't too many scenes that were cut out, but there was like the one on episode 5 where it was just Duncan trying to get back to the city limits or the city. Episode 4. I don't know if there was any. I think later on I kind of realized there's like, okay, there's stuff that needs to be in there, stuff that doesn't.
Yeah.
Episode 5, that was the one that was cut out. Episode 3 was the first scene. Originally, it was supposed to be Leonidas drugged James, and then he's in this like black room.
Oh.
And then he's like all like hallucinating, and then he wakes up in the middle of the woods. So, but the thing is, it didn't really make any sense because he drugged him and he was telling him a message, and the dream is like, I'm gonna get my second act is gonna happen. Or something.
Yeah.
And he was telling James this, which didn't really make any sense. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense that he tells the guy he's about to kill, but he's about to kill him, so it's not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, makes more sense.
Right.
But, yeah, no, that was originally supposed to happen. There's a lot of different drafts that I have of these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 2, I don't remember anything drastically changing in episode 2.
Right.
What happens in episode 2? There's the backstory. There's the fighting the androids. You get shot.
Yeah.
Cobalt gets upgraded. Yeah. I don't think there's anything. I was originally gonna do trailers for every single episode, but just ended up not doing it.
A lot of work, yeah.
Because I would edit the trailers after I edited the actual episode, and then I released the actual episode and be like, why don't I just release the actual episode?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Episode 1, the whole story with Steven. Episode 3,
Whole story of loss.
You learn a lot of things through this. I learned a lot about, like, how to film action scenes and, like, how to actually write interesting things. Because a lot of it at the beginning was just, like, a sci-fi, like, your basics, like, apocalypse story kind of thing. And I don't know.
But by the end, you grasp what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I hypothetically, it'd be really fun to do something like in that universe again, but then I think about like all the work.
All the work, yeah.
And, just like how untangible it'd be at this point. But it was fun when we got to do it. Yeah, I don't know. We could just write books.
We'll just stick to books.
We'll just write some Sanctum Limits novels. One about Lloyd's
backstory.
backstory.
Gotta
We'll do
see what
comics,
happens.
actually.
Comics, perfect.
Lloyd's backstory. Leonidas' backstory. Tobias' backstory.
Duncan.
James' backstory.
Duncan just
Duncan's
pops out of
backstory,
nowhere.
Cobalt's
Oh
backstory.
man, everyone's got
There's
a
a well.
backstory.
There's
yeah.
a well we could pull from.
But yeah, like to anybody who just wants to like make videos, if you're like thinking about making videos with some friends, like it's a lot of work and it's super stressful sometimes, but like go for it. It's the greatest.
You'll learn so much.
You'll learn a lot, and it's like you bond over it really like a lot. It's
You may think it sucks in the moment, but like afterwards you'll be like, man, that was a good time.
yeah, you'll look back and be like, dang, those were good times.
Yeah.
At least for me it was, but
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
that's why I hated it. Like, screw that, man.
That was a joke for all you out there.
It was fun.
It was a lot of work, but worth
A
it.
lot of work. A lot of VFX here.
Yeah,
Gunshots.
that was all Mikey boy.
I'm trying to think about what the hardest shot was to do.
Was it the extendo leg?
Like as a single shot?
Like, just like the hardest effect to do.
Was that the one
the-
in episode 2 with the bullet?
The flame swords are really hard.
Was it?
Yeah, because especially when I added the sparks in episode 5, because my computer couldn't handle it.
Oh, right.
Like generating it.
Yeah, because you were editing on your old one, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Sanctum Limits.
Sanctum Limits. If you
What
would
a
like
story.
to go back, watch these with all the knowledge I think that we tried to implement
That we
into this,
imparted.
you can do that. They'll be playing at the same time as
And
the
then-
video.
In a few
Right.
years, we will do a commentary of this commentary,
Yeah.
just to let you know what we missed.
Yeah. Anything else to add? Any?
Oh man.
I think usually when these commentaries happen, they're like right after, and so you have a lot more to.
Yeah, a lot
remember.
more to
Yeah.
say, but it's been like
It's been a year. It's been more than a year for
long
filming
time
it.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the soundtrack on episode 5 and 4 were inspired from The Revenant, Inception, a lot of Hans Zimmer stuff,
Right.
a lot of Ryuichi Sakamoto, the Gone Girl soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Got all
I listened to so many different types of soundtracks at that point. And I'm only the really one that can like talk about them because I was the only one that
Yeah.
worked on them.
Gotta love me some Sakamoto.
A lot of the behind the scenes stuff was solely me, and it's a good thing I didn't have a job at the time because I would have not been able to do this. That's the wonders of homeschool. You can do this.
Do it and be homeschooled.
Yep. Coming up next, we got a new video coming out for you called whatever the heck Michael calls it. It's about a boy and his father.
Unreleased. No spoilers.
Yeah. So that is all we have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for
Thanks for everything.
acknowledging us and sticking it through to the end. If you're right here right now, you've listened to the entire thing.
What a wild ride.
It's been wild.
Yep. Check out our blogs. We got Coalboy. We got Wave. We got Panyo. And we got Mr. Boombastic myself.
Yeah. At the end, I'll include that little scene of Hunter discovering the beach.
On the beach.
You should just upload that onto your main channel as like unseen ending Sanctum Limits episode
Alternate
5.
ending.
And then put in the tags like
Rare
Star Wars video.
Yeah, we'll see about that. All right. See y'all later. Bye.